Today I'm bringing you the ultimate Fire King combo guide for the December 2023 competitive Yu-Gi-Oh format. What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, and welcome back to the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh video. Last week I brought you an incredible Fire King deck profile, and you guys all loved it, but you wanted to see some combos. So in this video, I'm going to show you those combos. They're incredibly powerful, consistent, and there's a ton of different ways to get to each of these endboards. So if you guys are excited for the video, then do me a favor and smash the like button. If this video hits 125 likes, then I'll bring you some live duels with Fire Kings against some of the best meta decks. Also, if you like deck profiles, combo guides, meta discussions, and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh videos just like this one, you're going to love this channel. So make sure to subscribe and help us reach our end of year goal of 4,000 subscribers. Now, that being said, here's the ultimate Fire King combo guide for the December 2023 competitive Yu-Gi-Oh format. Let's jump into it. So welcome back to the combo portion of the video. I have 5 different combos that I want to show off to you. They're all pretty similar in terms of what they do and what they're trying to accomplish. So let's just go ahead and just jump into it. Starting off, of course, we have our main starters in the deck, which you're seeing on your screen in front of you here. We have Ponix, which is essentially our access to our field spell, which also is Sanctuary and Fire King Island. We have Tenki as not necessarily a pure starter, but in combination with either one of these two specific engines here, or even the Snake Eye engine, it's really, really strong. So for that reason, I do want to include it over here. We then have, of course, our Wanted package. Starting off with Wanted is so much better than starting with Diabellstar. I was debating if I want to add Diabellstar to 2 copies in the deck, but for now, I'm happy with the ratios that I have. So let's go ahead and get started with our first combo. And just a reminder for you guys, if you guys want to see some live duels with this deck, then make sure to smash the like button. If we end up hitting 125 likes, I'll bring you that live duel with this deck. Now, our first combo is going to be a 1-card combo with Ponix on its own, and we're going to show you what we can actually do with the strategy. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Ponix in our hand and nothing else. We're going to normal summon the copy of Ponix, use this effect to search out for a Fire King spell trap. In this case, it'll be Fire King Sanctuary. We'll activate it, which will allow us to activate from our deck directly the Fire King Island. We're then going to use Fire King Island to destroy a monster in our hand or field and be able to search for a Fire King monster. So we're going to destroy Ponix, and we're going to add our copy of Sacred Fire King Garunix. This effect will activate because a fire card was destroyed, and we're going to be able to special summon it out. Using its effect to be able to destroy, I'll put it over here so we don't play into Relinquish Anima, but using its effect now we can destroy a copy of Fire King Barong from our deck, and then we can go ahead and proceed to the end phase. On our opponent's turn in the standby phase, we have 2 effects that we can trigger. The first of which is going to be Barong. Barong allows us to search for any Fire King card, not just monster. We're going to add specifically Fire King High Avatar Kirin. We're then going to use the effect of Ponix, which allows us to add it back to our hand. So our hand is now looking like Kirin and Ponix. On our opponent's main phase, we can use the effect of Kirin, destroying the Ponix in our hand to be able to special summon it out. And now we have 2 level 8s on the field. When our opponent special summons a monster, we can go ahead and overlay these 2 over here into our copy of the Fire King Garunix Eternity. That's the one, Hyang of the Fire Kings. This card here on XT Summon, is a dark hole for everything but itself. So right there in a 1-card combo, we end up having an interruption, a board wipe really, with the form of Garunix Eternity. And we have access to follow up with Fire King Island and Fire King Sanctuary to protect that as well, with 4 cards in our hand still. The second combo I'm going to show you is Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils with any discard here. It can be literally any card that you want to discard. So we're going to go ahead and start the turn in our standby phase. We're going to activate Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils. You want to do this in standby phase to play around Droll and Lockbird as much as possible. This will add our copy of Diabellstar, the Black Witch. This will go to graveyard. We're then going to summon out our Diabellstar by sending our blank card to the graveyard and use the effect of Diabellstar to set from our deck our copy of Original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye. This will be set. We're going to activate it, sending our Diabellstar to graveyard for cost to be able to special summon from our deck a copy of Snake Eye Ash. Snake Eye Ash on normal or special summon allows us to add a level 1 fire from deck to hand. In this case, we're going to add Ponix. So this is in graveyard here. Now, we could go ahead and use the Sinful Spoil stuff now, but I'm actually not going to because I want to save it for as long as possible to play around as much as I can, draw into possible hand traps on my at the end of the turn, at the end of the combo. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon our copy of Ponix. Ponix effect activates to get us Sanctuary, activate Sanctuary, get us Island. Next up, we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Island, destroy the Ponix to search for the Garunix. Garunix will then be able to special summon itself, and we can then use the effect of the Garunix to be able to destroy a fire in our hand, deck, or field. And in this case, we're going to destroy, once again, the Barong. The glare there sucks. Wow, so we're going to push this up here a bit more. So once we're in this situation here, we're in an open game state, we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Ash, sending itself and the Fire King Sanctuary to our graveyard to be able to, for cost by the way, to be able to special summon from our deck our copy of Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon. We're going to use Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon's effect, targeting the Diabellstar in our graveyard to place it in the spell and trap zone. Next up, we're going to go ahead and link off these 2 cards over here. into a copy of Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. We're going to be able to use the effect of Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon to special summon 2 level 1 fires from our graveyard, and we're going to summon back a copy of Snake Eye Ash and our Snake Eye Ponix. It is very important that you special summon one of these to the zone that Sunlight Wolf points to. This combo will not work unless you do that, because now, because a card was special summoned to a zone that Sunlight Wolf points to, we can add Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon from our graveyard to our hand. We cannot summon it back this turn again, but that doesn't matter because we're going to use it as an extender for next turn. We're then going to take these 2 over here, link them off into IP Masquerena, and then before we end our turn, I'll put Diabellstar over here. Before we end our turn, we're going to go ahead now and use the effect of Wanted, banish itself to get our copy of Original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye, bottom deck it, and draw a card. In this case here, it'll be a hand trap for next turn. Great, that's perfect for us. So what does this accomplish for us? Well, we're going to go ahead and end our turn here. We're going to go to our opponent's draw phase and our opponent's standby phase. In their standby phase, we have a trigger here. We have the effect of Barong, which will get us any Fire King monster, any Fire King card, excuse me, from our deck to our hand. And it's pretty obvious here, I think. We're going to go ahead and grab our copy of High-Avatar Kirin. On our opponent's main phase, we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Kirin here, destroying our Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon to special summon it. Then, we have a few triggers here. Because a card was destroyed, we have the effect of our copy of Sacred Fire King Garunix. A fire card was destroyed, so we can summon back the Fire King Garunix. We also have the effect of our Snake Eye Flamberge Dragon. It was sent from hand or field to graveyard, so we can add special summon 2 level 1 fires from our graveyard. So we're gonna summon back Ash, and we're gonna summon back Ponix. Okay. Now what did I just do here? Okay, I'm gonna put these over here like this. What did I just do over here? Because now we have a lot more chain links. So we have chain link 1 is going to be Garunix. Chainlink 2 will be Ponix, Chainlink 3 will be Ash. The reason why you want to do this in this order here is because now you're protecting these 2 over here from certain hand traps. This one can't be Ash, but Ponix can be. So can Ash, but again, it's not too important to have that resolve. It's more important to have Ponix resolve. So Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3, and then if you would like to, you can go Chainlink 4, IP Masquerena, and I recommend doing this here. So Chainlink 4 IP Masquerena will allow us to link off. We have multiple different options to go into. We can either link off Sunlight Wolf and IP Masquerena into a copy of Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax, which cannot be destroyed by card effects, can't be targeted, is just an unstoppable card. It's so hard to beat. Or we can link off something like IP and Ash into SP Little Knight. Or we can link off IP, Ash, and Ponix for a 3 material Appaloosa. Or we can link off 1, 2, 3, and 4 for a copy of a 4 material Appaloosa. My preferred option here is actually to go for the copy of SP. So we're going to link off these 2 into the copy of SP Little Knight. We're going to resolve the effect of Ash as Chainlink 3, which will get us a copy of Ponix. We're going to resolve the effect of Ponix, which will get us a Fire King Speller Trap. In this case, we're going to go ahead and get a copy of Skyburn. And then we're going to resolve the effect of Garunix, which will destroy a fire in our graveyard, in our deck, excuse me. And in this case here, we have 2 options. We can either destroy the copy of the Arvada or the copy of the Kirin. If we destroy, I'll put them both over here and we can just go over both of them right now. But if we destroy Arvada, this has an advantage. If we destroy Kirin, this also has an advantage, but they also have disadvantages as well. Kirin non-targets special summons from hand or graveyard and then can pop a card on the field non-targeting, which is great. Problem is it doesn't pop your own card, which can hurt. But if you destroy Arvada, while it does target, you can summon back your copy of Barong, and then in the end phase, it'll get destroyed and you can search again. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So right now here, I think what I'm going to do is I'll pop the copy of the Arvada, summon back the Barong, and the end phase will get destroyed. So now, what do we have here? Well, we don't have access to the Fire King Sanctuary, but we do have Little Knight, which is really, really strong here as well. And just a reminder that Barong, the effect of Arvada rather, wasn't the only thing that chain, okay? So we have 2 things that are activating here. We have the effect of Arvada or Kirin, we have the effect of Little Knight, and we have the effect of Sunlight Wolf. So Sunlight Wolf's going to add back our copy of Flamberge Dragon to hand. Then we have the Arvada that'll summon out the Barong, and we have Little Knight that'll target a card on the field, banish it forever, and we have Little Knight as well for the rest of the duel basically until it gets destroyed. So yeah, it's a really solid option here. We end up with 4 cards in our hand. This was just off of a copy of Wanted and a discard. Our third combo involves a copy of Legendary Fire King Ponix with one of Arvada, Tenki, or Sacred Fire King Garunix. Any one of these 3 will get the job done for this combo. So I'm going to go ahead and use Arvada in this case just to demonstrate how it is. So what are we going to do here? Well, this combo, by the way, it's going to go through Heat Soul and get us a bunch of draws. So we're going to start off this hand by normal summoning Ponix, using the effect to search rather, I should say, for our copy of Sanctuary, activating that to activate Island directly from our deck. We're going to use the effect of Island, destroying the copy of Ponix to search for our copy of Sacred Fire King Garunix to our hand. So basically, if we start off with Garunix, we would search for Arvada. If we started off with Arvada, we search for Garunix. If we start with Tenki, we search for Garunix as well. So now we're going to be able to use the Garunix, summon itself out because we destroyed a fire was destroyed. We're going to use this effect now, and we can then destroy from our deck a copy of the Kirin right now. So Kirin will get destroyed. Kirin's effect will activate and will allow us to summon out our copy of Ponix. So Ponix will summon back, but then most importantly, we can now use the optional effect of Kirin to destroy a card on the field non-targeting. And our card of choice to destroy is going to be our own Fire King Island, but we're going to use the secret effect of Fire King Sanctuary to protect it by destroying a fire in our hand or field instead. And we're going to destroy the copy of Arvada. Arvada will trigger to special summon back to target Kirin and special summon it back. So now we're in a situation that we want to be in. We have access to these two here that we can link off into our copy of Sunlight Wolf. Then we can link off this one into Linkuriboh, trigger the effect of Sunlight Wolf to add back the Kirin to our hand, and then we link off Sunlight Wolf and Linkuriboh into our copy of Heat Soul, and then we can pay 1,000 life points and draw a card. We've taken 1,000 life points already, but it's not a big deal. We're going to set this card here because we have it as a piece of interruption, and we're going to go proceed to our end phase, our opponent's draw phase, activate the effect of Heat Soul again, and draw another card here. Oh, it's imperm, it's kind of dead right now, but it's not the end of the world. So now we're going to go to our main phase, our opponent's main phase, effect of Kirin to destroy the Heat Soul and summon itself out. Then we can go ahead and use our copy of Garunix in our graveyard because a fire was destroyed. We can special summon it. And then we're going to use Garunix's effect on field when it's summoned to destroy another copy of Kirin. Kirin's effect is going to activate, allowing us to non-target special summon a Fire King, I believe it is, or a Fire Beast, Beast Warrior, Wind Beast, one of the two, from our hand or graveyard. We're going to summon back the copy of Arvata or the copy of Ponix. The reason why we can do one of these two is because the effects aren't negated, so we can either get a monster negation here, or we can get a search for a spell trap. So depending on what your interruption is in hand, you may want to go for Ponix. We put Ponix in defense position, obviously. But in this case here, I'll go for Arvada. So now our opponent special summons a card. That's fine. Overlay into Garunix Eternity. Boom. Now we have a board wipe. Arvada gets destroyed. Now we can summon back the Ponix, for example. Ponix may not have its effects activated because it's summoned off of Arvada, but it'll be destroyed in the end phase, which means in the standby phase of the next turn, it comes back. So that's kind of how we're looking at with this combo. It's a very solid line to get to at least interruption. 2 cards, really good, a lot of different options. It makes a lot of sense to have into this combo. Our next combo is going to be Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils with Fire Formation Tenki, and it's a very similar combo to what we had before. We're going to go ahead and in the standby phase, activate Wanted to search out for our copy of the Dia Bellstar, the Black Witch. We're then going to go proceed to main phase, activate Tenki to search for any Beast Warrior, level 4 or lower Beast Warrior, I should say. We're going to use the effect to search for Arvada because it is a monster negate. We're going to go ahead and normal summon our copy of Arvada. You want to normal summon the Arvada before you use any effects of Black Witch here, because you should have another fire in your hand at this point because we do have 3 other cards, so hopefully we do. But we're going to go ahead now and use the effect of Dia Bellstar, sending Tenki to summon itself out. Using its effect, we can go ahead and set directly from our deck our copy of the original Sinful Spoils, Snake Eye. We're going to then activate it, sending our copy of the Dia Bellstar to special summon it from our deck. In this case here, we're going to summon out a copy of Ponix. Instead of going through the Ash line, we're going to go ahead through Ponix directly because we've already normal summoned. Ponix effect will get us access to Sanctuary. We're going to activate Sanctuary, which will get us a copy of Fire King Island, which we're going to activate as well. Now, unlike in the previous combo where we waited as long as possible to use Wanted, I'm going to use it right now because it can kind of adjust what our combo would be and how the path would be depending on our draw. So we're going to go ahead and banish the copy of Wanted. We're going to put the original Sinful Spell Snake Eye back to the bottom of our deck, and we're going to draw a card. In this case, oh, look at that, it's a hand trap. Okay, so we're going to now proceed to the next part. We're in an open game state. We're going to go and use the effect of Fire King Island to search. We're going to destroy the copy of Ponix, and we're going to search out our copy of, where is my Garunix? There is Garunix. We're going to go ahead and use Garunix to summon itself, and then trigger the effect of Garunix to destroy in our deck our copy of Kirin, and not Barong. The reason we're destroying Kirin here is because we can now use the effect of Kirin to special summon back a copy of Ponix, which is huge, and then we can go ahead and not use the effect, the second effect of Kirin, or the additional effect of Kirin, I should say, to destroy a card on the field without targeting. We're not going to destroy our copy of Fire King Island in this case. So what are we going to do now? We're going to link off our Arvada and our Garunix into our copy of Sunlight Wolf. We're going to then link off our copy of Ponix into a copy of Linkuriboh, trigger the effect of Sunlight Wolf, which will get us our Kirin back to our hand, excuse me. Then we're going to go ahead and link off these two, they're Cyberse monsters, into a copy of Deco Talker Heat Soul, which requires 2 Cyberses. And then we're going to pay 1,000 life points, use the effect of Heat Soul, draw another card. So we now have 3 cards in our hand. We started off with 2. We have 3 cards on field as well. We have a fully loaded graveyard and the effects of a few things there as well. So our next trigger is going to be to go to our end phase. Well, we're gonna actually set these 2 cards here, but just pretend they're set. Okay, I'll keep them set. Why not? We're gonna now go to our end phase, our opponent's turn, standby phase, draw phase, whatever you want to do. Activate Heat Soul, pay 1,000, draw another card. There we go. It's a hand trap as well. Perfect. So we have multiple pieces of interruption here. On our opponent's main phase, effect of Fire King High Avatar Kieran, destroy Heat Soul, summon out Kieran. Because a card was destroyed, we can go ahead and summon back our Garunix. Garunix effect, we can now destroy from our deck our copy of Kieran. And why are we destroying Kieran here? Well, we want to special summon out another monster. In this case here, we're going to summon out our copy of Ponix or Arvada. We have one of the 2 of them. Ponix will get you a search for a card, but Arvada I think is slightly better right now. And the reason why is because we have access to a monster negate. If one of the cards we drew is Ash Blossom, that is huge for us because that's a fire in our hand, or if we have another fire in our hand, that's great as well. When our opponent special summons a monster, we can go ahead and use these 2, exceed them into our Garunix Eternity, and then we can blow up the entire board, including the Arvada. Arvada effect will activate, and we can summon back the copy of Ponix, as an example, or even the copy of Kieran. The reason I want to go with Ponix though is because even though its effects are negated, it'll get destroyed in the end phase, and then in the standby phase, it'll come back to our hand, which is also really nice. So yeah, right there, we're in a really solid position here. We have as much as we could possibly need in our hand and our field. We have 2 interruptions in terms of hand traps as well that could also be engine to help us extend. Just really, really solid here. Our final combo is meant to show you how to win in time, and I do this with 2 different combos for you guys. There's so many more options that you can do to get to these, but they're going to require 3 card combos. The first line is going to require 1 card in each of these 3 columns over here. So for this example, we're going to start off with Ponix, Barong, and Sanctuary, and there are alternatives to each of these cards. So what are we going to do? We're going to start off by normal summoning our copy of Ponix. Ponix will search for our copy of the Fire King Circle. We're then going to be able to activate our copy of Sanctuary. Sanctuary will get us from our deck our copy of Fire King Island. Now I do want to say, if you open up with Circle, you do not search for Circle with Ponix. You search for Sanctuary or Island. Okay, that's what you want to do. You want to have one of these 3 rather, in your opening hand. Then we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Fire King Island, destroying the Ponix to search for our copy of the Sacred Garunix. Garunix effect will summon itself. We're then going to trigger the effect of the Garunix to destroy our copy of Arvada in our deck. We're going to trigger the effect of Arvada to target the Ponix and special summon it back. We're then going to go ahead and use the effect of Circle, destroying the Ponix, targeting the Arvada to summon it back. And then because a face-up fire was destroyed, we're going to summon out our copy of Barong. We're going to overlay into Cowboy in defense position, detach, and burn our opponent for 800 damage. And that is how you win in time with Fire King. The next way to win in time is going to be with access to the field spell plus any 2 level 4 Fire Kings in your deck. So we're going to start off by activating our copy of the field spell, using the effect destroying one of the 2 level 4s. It literally doesn't matter. We're going to destroy Arvada, and that's going to allow us to search for our copy of Sacred Fire King Garunix. That'll allow us to special summon it out, use this effect, and destroy the copy of Kieran in our deck. Trigger the effect of Kieran, non-target special summon Arvada, and then we're going to normal summon Rangbali, overlay for Cowboy, detach. Our opponent takes 800 life points, we win in time, and we played through Nibiru, played under Nibiru, I should say. So yeah, right there, it's an awesome combo. You have to be able to know these. My first day playing Fire King against at locals, I actually had to go to time, and I was able to burn my opponent in time. This is why I side Cowboy in this deck. If you guys want to see the deck profile for this, then make sure to check out the list. It'll be up in the top right corner of the screen. So that's going to do it for this combo guide. If you guys enjoyed the video, then do me a favor and smash the like button. If we hit 125 likes on the video, I'll bring you some live Fire King duels against some of the best meta decks. If you want to use my personal Fire King deck list, make sure to check out the video on the right of your screen, and of course make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content and to help us reach our end of year goal of 3,000 subscribers. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.